Good morning. It is now 11 a.m. and I call to order the Physical Resources Committee to order of Thursday, June 4th, 2026. I trust you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of May 7th, 2026. If so, I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner Blanco. Any amendments or corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Well, same sign. We have approved the minutes of May 7th. Now, moving along, we will head to Building and Grounds. Mr. Superintendent, if you'd like to give us an update.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Morning.
Just going to cover a few of the things that we've been working on. As most people probably know, in the last month, we had the lettering put on the sheriff's office for the building dedication ceremony. Had a great ceremony, great turnout. Everything worked out just the way we wanted it to. So good day for everybody. We have some work going on at the Physical Resources Building. We had a new roof that is in process of being put on. And we also had the exterior of the building painted as part of the capital plan. We're having some work done to the chiller at the Human Services Building, some repairs to that. We're running on one compressor currently, getting the other compressor repaired. The parks are open, full swing there. Got the parks crew going, taking care of those. And the Maurice Beer Campus Detention Project is nearing completion. We actually did a punch list for that yesterday, and we'll be doing another walkthrough next week to make sure all those items are finished up and completed.
Any questions of Building and Grounds? Mr. Van Dorn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No question, just a great thank you for that dedication ceremony for the German building. I have heard nothing but very positive comments about it, and you're right, it was, well, I think there were 100 people there, at least. Yeah, so thank you very much. You did a great job, and I know you had to run and get chairs at the last minute and some other things, but hey, the shroud came off just like it was supposed to.
That was the important thing.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Absolutely. I concur with Mr. Van Dorn. Great job on that and great job on so much stuff right now as spring, summer gets underway. I know you guys are very busy with all the stuff going on. I have a question about a topic that we had hit on months prior, but just forecasting ahead, looking ahead, where we're going to be at with salt. Do you have any projections on salt purchases or whatnot? That became sort of a boondoggle by the end of last year with all that.
Yeah. Obviously, we're hoping that we won't have another issue as we had last winter, but we do have 100 ton coming at the end of the summer, and then we have a contract for another 50 ton to come sometime during the winter whenever that need arises. So we are contracted for those amounts, so we shouldn't have any issues at all this year. So.
And where do we store all that?
At the salt barn.
Right here.
Between the sheriff's department and the jail. So.
Yep. And that's adequate facility size-wise?
Size-wise, it's fine. We do have in the capital plan, I believe it's 2028, it might be 2029, to look at building a new salt barn just because of the age of the facility and some deterioration we're starting to have because of the nature of
Holding salt.
holding salt, yes.
How large, how many tons will that barn hold?
This barn will hold about 100 tons.
Okay, so we're about maxed out there. Yep. Great. Not always when it's 80-degree day should you be asking about salt, but that's what we do here in this committee. We look ahead, forecast ahead. Mr. Tillotson, sir.
How much did you have in order last year?
Last year, we started out with about 100 ton. But then in years past, we've just kind of been able to order through the state program as needed. And then they ran into issues, I'm sure, you've heard, with supply. So then it was just kind of like, oh, well, sorry about your luck kind of thing. So this year we made sure that we're under contract. Some years we don't need the extra 50 tons. So then, you know, if you are under contract for it, then it's like, where do you put it if you haven't used any during the season, you know? 2 years ago, we had hardly any bad weather and, you know, our barn was full still at the end of the season. So, worst case scenario, if we have it on order and we need to store it somewhere, we'll figure it out, but it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So,
Thank you.
yep.
All right, any more questions? Hearing none, we have a couple requests before us.
The first request is to close the complex concrete proposal that was a carryover from the 2025 capital improvement plan.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The same sign. Motion carries. We have closed that project and one additional one, item C.
The second request is to close the MSC detention windows project, CPMS 2602.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, Mr. Tillotson.
What's the carryover on each one of those projects?
We did not use contingency for either one of those projects. Didn't have to touch the contingency. So for the complex concrete repair, we had carried a contingency of $1,000. We only spent the 13,200, which was the original estimate. And for Marie Spear campus windows, I know we didn't touch the contingency. I'm not sure what the contingency was on that one, but the base bid was $24,244, and that's what the invoice was for at the end of the project.
Administrator Murphy.
You're going to be putting back about $2,500 into the MSC division of the capital fund that was not utilized.
Thank you.
That's what we like to hear. All right, any additional questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The same sign. Motion is granted. Moving along. Thank you, Superintendent, so much. Moving along to finance reports.
Thank you, and my apologies. I had someone in my office, so I'm in here now. So we are basically at one of our quarters. And at the end of the quarter, we end up reporting out on all of the divisions of the finance reports from the capital fund that this particular committee is responsible for. So the first one that we're going to hit is the building and site division. You can see the third project down, project BS 2507 is the one that you just closed, showing the expenditures of $13,200 with the $1,000 going back into the fund balance. You currently have approximately $1.2 million left within the building and site division for projects moving forward. As we move on to the second one, which is for the Maurice Spear campus division, you can see the second project down there, MS 2602, is the project that you just closed with a $2,500 balance going back into the fund balance. And that leaves you a balance of just or almost $243,000 for future projects at Maurice Spear campus. Moving on, we have the building and grounds division equipment division. And currently we have $40,000 budgeted. We've expended just over $23,000. And available in this division for future purchases for their equipment replacement plan is just over $107,000. The contingency division is one of the divisions that we have been funding to build up a balance. We have a couple projects. What this is showing is that the juvenile justice infrastructure grant, which is what we are using for our match on the grant for the renovations in the old detention. Our match was $500,000. And then we had the sheriff's dedication signage. We had some funding that was needed for the lettering and such for that This simply shows that these amounts were transferred out to the division in which the expenditures were then incurred, showing that in the capital fund contingency division, we have just over $6.1 million in contingency. Going on to the capital fund, the other vehicle division, this is the division wherein if we have other county departments that need to acquire a vehicle, we do put the funding in this division. For 2026, we only had the new emergency management vehicle budgeted that has been purchased. So you can see that we had budgeted, that looks interesting. Matt, I'm questioning this right here, and I'm sorry. Is this the vehicle? It's 55,000. This is the emergency manager's vehicle. He had 1.5 million in expenditures total, so we had a project balance of just over $3,400 with going back into fund balance, allowing us to have $23,500 in this moving forward for future purchases of other departmental vehicles in the budget. And the final one that we have is the sheriff's division. These are the vehicles that were approved for purchase in 2026. They have completely purchased the two of the Durangos that were budgeted at $50,000. The expenditures actually came in at $35,500, and we do have a balance here that is going back into the that fund for future purchases. We have received, I believe, the 3 Durangos that are listed at the top with some expenditures, but I don't know that they have actually been detailed and received all of the upfitting that is required yet. So we're waiting for those to get closed out. And so this division currently has an available balance of $175,500 for future budgeting purposes. If you have any questions, I will attempt to answer those.
All right, any questions of the finance report? Mr. Van Dorn?
Only question I have, Madam Administrator, is the sheriff's sign. I see we said 3,600, but we only used 2,000 and some, so did we move that money over there or? Oh, okay. So it'll be good in the future, okay.
There'll be an adjustment made at that time,
Thank you.
but that shows the budget that we had established for it.
Thanks.
Thank you. Any additional questions of the finance report? Thank you so much, Administrator Murphy. Moving along to the Drain Commission Monthly Report. Commissioner Scheffler.
Morning, thank you.
Morning.
Things are starting to slow down a little bit at the Drain Commission for the summer. Things are drying up. And, we have, 2 open ditch maintenance projects, one in Ridgeway Township and one in Adrian Township currently. And as I stated, our maintenance requests, we're starting to catch up on those, and we're gonna move towards working on our subdivision drains for the summer. And then after wheat harvest, we have several large cleanout projects planned for that. So in our sewer and water field crew operations, not a whole lot to report on. We made it through Memorial Day weekend. That's when everybody comes up to the lakes and gets things fired up, and we didn't have any major catastrophes, so we did well there. One thing that I do kind of want to touch on is I attended our Association of County Drain Commissioners legislative event in Lansing last week, and I had an opportunity to sit down with Senator Bellino and Reps Jennifer Wertz and Nancy Jenkins Arnold. They gave me a little bit of time to talk about one of the House bills that Commissioner Van Dorn had brought up, the Dam Safety Amendment Bill. And that bill would actually increase our permitting requirements. It had no clear time frame on implementation or most importantly, a method to finance the new requirements. It increases hydraulic capacities and makes another requirement was to develop a really robust asset management plan, which would add a lot of costs to the counties, drain commissioners, and private dam owners. state appropriations currently are largely limited to dam removal through this program and not much for dam improvement. So that was a huge concern for us. And I would like to state that our association teamed up with the Association of Counties and submitted a joint letter to the House Committee on Natural Resources and Tourism to delay action on House Bill 5485. And to my knowledge, there has not been movement in that committee. So that's where we stand with that right now. And, other than that, all I've got is our account balance summary. If there's any questions, try to answer them.
Any questions of the Drain Commission monthly report? I see we have one from Commissioner Tillotson.
You, you mentioned the fact that we have a project in Adrian Township. Where is that at?
So it's on Wolf Creek Highway, just south of, Shepherd Road. It's the older drain. It, affects, Tom Gates's property
Yep,
and Bruce Saint's property,
yep.
right in that area.
It probably goes past Winter Farm, which is Earl Kelly's old farm.
It's just south of that farm.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Van Dorn.
Any update on the Burns drain?
So I do have a preliminary study on that, and the next step will be to schedule a public hearing, which I expect to do that within the coming weeks here.
And you'll let me know.
Absolutely.
And then follow-up question on your conversation with our representative and senator on the dam bills. The water dam bills. Gotta keep this clarified here, so they'll keep us posted on how they're moving along so that if we need to continually jump in there with them.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any more questions of the Drain Commissioner? Thank you so much, Ed. Moving along to updates and other business, MSC renovations.
Not much more to report than what we've just heard, but it does appear as though the renovations on both the new construction as well as the old detention are going to be wrapping up here very soon, which I think is going to be a big lift out of the way for everybody that's been involved. And then we will switch gears and take on another project. So we are excited to be able to say that I believe we're going to be taking possession probably later next week, I think would be a fair statement, as long as that punch list, the second punch list goes through well.
All right. Any questions? Hearing none, any updates or other business? Any updates or other business? Hearing none, seeing none, we've arrived at public comment. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Seeing none, moving along to commissioner comment, as we sometimes add this in. We'll discuss with the administrator and her team to see the relevance of a July Physical Resources Committee meeting, depending on the amount of approvals and requests we have before us. I know it's close to July 4th break, and for the sake of staff and others and all the viewers at home, we'll see if that meeting is pertinent to hold. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Tillotson,
Support.
supported by Commissioner Blanco. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Those same sign.